तू मेरा पिता, तू है मेरा माता, तू मेरा बंधप, तू मेरा भ्राता, तू मेरा राखा सबनी थाई तापो के हा काड़ा जियो तुमरी कृपा ते तुद पछाणा तू मेरी ओट तू है मेरा माणा तुझ बिन दूजा अवर न कोई सब तेरा खेल अखाड़ा जियो.
We will now go through the questions put forward by the seekers.
Why do we need to seek the spiritual truth? What is the eligible criteria to seek spiritual enlightenment, and who should seek it?
As human, the purpose of human life is to seek the truth, is to find the salvation, is to know our true self. Because without knowing our true self, then we cannot function well in this world, in this illusion. We will never be truly happy or satisfied in whatever we do. But I would say that the higher truth is not for everybody. Because a lot of people that I know, even in my own culture, they're very comfortable to follow the crowd, to practice traditional way, to practice traditional belief. And it takes a very courageous heart, very brave person to seek something higher beyond their understanding. Because they might actually start to feel that there's something wrong in the world. There's something wrong with me. I don't belong here. Then where I should belong? And by that question will bring them to find the truth. Maybe firstly, we'll find the truth beyond themselves first, like the basic kind of truth about the world, about the creation all around them. And eventually, perfect living master will pull them on the higher part of the truth. And by connect with the higher part of the truth, which is the light and sound meditation, soul to soul practice. This is the practice beyond the mind. So when the truth seeker gets satisfied with all the questions that the mind asks, then they will come onto the soul to soul part. And this soul to soul part is very easy. Once they can overcome their mind, then they can practice on this part of true love, this part of true friendship, and this part conduct by a perfect living master.
Is knowing the spiritual truth called enlightenment?
Yes, enlightenment can be in many states. The first state of enlightenment is when we find that we not only this physical body, when we are able to withdraw the attention inside for the first time to see that we can withdraw our attention fully from this physical body and discover the next body inside, which is the astral body. So we can call this the first enlightenment as one be able to withdraw their attention into astral body and have astral projection experience. And the next enlightenment is when they withdraw their attention from the astral body to the causal body. And so on. The next one also withdraw the attention from causal body into the regions of nothingness, where Buddhism call nirvana, and mahanirvana, which in Prabram region, beyond Brahm. So in that region, we will also discover ourselves, that we not this body, we not these senses, we not this mind, we actually is the soul. So the teaching of perfect living master offer the spiritual truth, this higher truth of who we really are, that we are the soul that embody, that is driven inside this physical, the physical body, sensory body, and the causal body. And when we reach the level of the soul, we will learn about unconditional love. It's a part of love and devotion, as said by Sant Ishwapuri. And this part of love and devotion, the main practice is to serve, is doing seva for the Lord. So therefore, this is very high truth. As I would say, this is a spiritual truth, and it is higher truth for all of us to learn. And until we get in touch to this spiritual truth that we are the soul, we would not satisfy for anything. We will continue to seek who we truly are inside, because it's the only purpose that we have been given human life, is to find the Lord, is to reconnect back to our true self and go back to our true origin, which is true home in Sachkhand, where the soul come from, where the soul originate from.
What do we do after knowing about the spiritual truth?
What do? Then we know the truth. Then we start to see the truth beyond this mind and maya. Then we can recognize the first time the true purpose of human life, the true potential of human life. And we just enjoy. It's the time that you enjoy if you truly come to know the truth. And you will be, for the first time, having very peaceful, happy, and bliss life as a human.
Why can't a perfect living master just tell their disciples of the holy spiritual truth?
This holy spiritual truth, it just have to, they can tell them, the perfect living master can tell the disciple about this holy truth. But this holy truth is beyond the capacity of the mind to understand. So therefore, they can try to tell us, but we will not actually understand this holy spiritual truth until we have direct experience about it. So therefore, perfect living master always say to us, this part of love is experiential part. It's not something that you can teach, and it's not something that you can learn, but it's something for the disciple to experience.
Do everyone share the same spiritual truth?
Yes, inside a human body, we made from 5 elements. We made from fire, water, earth, air, and the other element is the ether. This ether element, have having very special special capacity in it. Baba Gurinder Singh Ji called this hukam, or free will. So we all have free will to seek the spiritual truth. We all have the capacity to awaken to the higher truth beyond this mind and Maya. And other animals or plants in the cycle of 84 doesn't have this capacity to awaken to this higher truth because they're lacking of the element of this free will. Only within this human form we can find out about our true Lord. Only in this human form we can find out about our true self, which is the soul, and the soul originates from the Lord. So yes, I would say in every one of us as human, we have potential to awaken to the high spiritual truth.
In what form is the spiritual truth given to the seekers? Is it through visions in meditation, or is it orally? What's the form?
It's the experience, direct experience that given to us. It can given to us in the form of light. It can given to us in the form of sound. It can given to us in the form of love. But everything above is direct experience that we can having inside when we withdraw our attention to the wisdom eye center.
If one is deeply knowledgeable about the material world, does he or she need to seek spiritual enlightenment too? Because I think for some people, they are knowledgeable in the holy texts and sutras, and they know it at the back of their hand. So for people practicing spirituality for quite some time, does he or she still needs to seek the spiritual truth?
As the soul, right, we came to these illusory worlds, this karmic creation to have experience. And by us coming down, we have to borrow karma. We have to participate in this karmic play, in this drama. So we borrow to the mind, we borrow the mind, we borrow the senses, and we borrow this physical body in order to have direct experience of the creation here. As we not originate from here, one day we will have to give this back to the creation. And if, right, we are on the path of seeking the higher truth, we will try to understand the truth by withdraw the attention to go inside. And when we withdraw the attention to go inside, we will discover that we're not this physical body, we're not this sensory body, we're not this causal body, but we are the soul. Because the nature of this karmic creation is part of the illusion. So what is the point that we have all the knowledge of this illusory world? Why we have to be great in this illusion when one day we have to leave it all? Like, for example, if you are the king or queen of the termite, right? Then you still termite. You're not raised beyond that. So what is the use to be well, to be to have high achievement in this illusion? Why one day that can taken away from you? right? We're not in control of our death. So it's safer for everyone to find out about the ultimate truth above this illusion, because that is the only security that we can hang upon. Because at the time of death, right, at the time of passing, we will be judged. What have we done? In order to find the truth of ourselves. Because this human life giving the purpose of finding the ultimate truth. And if we fail to do that, we have to come back in this illusion, go through suffering and drama of life again and again. So until we come to know that we are the soul inhabit in this body, until we get initiation from a perfect living master and have inner guidance of who we truly are, we cannot leave this illusory world fully. We still entrap ourselves over and over again, and all the knowledge of the world cannot help you to escape this cycle of incarnation. And because we have to go through this over and over again, there will be accumulation of karmic death, of suffering that we have to endure. And it's not presentable, it's not good experience to have as the soul, because the soul only recognize love, only recognize peace and happiness. So therefore, I would suggest to everybody that I know to seek the higher truth inside. Yes, we can have the knowledge of this world in order to function in this world, but this is not the purpose, the main purpose of our human existence. The main purpose is to exercise our free will, that in alignment with God's will. So, in order to understand what God's will is, we need to seek a physical guidance. And we call that physical guidance a perfect living master. So by coming into the connection of a perfect living master, they can make us understand what is God, what is God's will, right? When we understand who is God and what is God's will, then we can exercise our free will that is in alignment of God's will. So when we reach that point, we're not making any new karma, any karmic debt for us to pay in the future time. So by doing that, we cut the time that we're gonna spend in this lower creation. We and also Master teach us to go inside, meditate on the light and sound method, and let the sound or the element of Shabbat cleanse our karma. And when we are free of this karma, then we can raise above these karmic realms and connect back to God, to the Lord, and go back to our true home.
How do we know if it's the spiritual truth or if it's the mind truth? Is there a way for us to identify?
Yeah, it's very easy, because spiritual truth is originate from the soul, right? And the quality of the soul is positive. So anything negative and judgmental, you can say that that's the mind. And also mind decide to operate in time and space. So whatever the answer from the mind always take time, and some of analyzed thought. But If it's the spiritual truth, which is from the soul, it operates beyond time and space. So the truth comes instantly and doesn't need time to dwell upon it, to think on it. So it's very easy. One is positive and doesn't require time. It's almost instantly. And another one is negative and take time to manifest inside our head.
At what point does a seeker stop seeking?
When the seeker die from this physical body, then they can say that they can stop seeking. Because seeking of the truth, right? We, as human, we in the best position to become truth seekers because we can have direct experience of finding the truth for ourselves. So therefore, we cannot ever stop seeking the truth. Even perfect living master, as perfect as they are, but when they still in the physical body each and every day, they also seeking the truth. They are also truth seekers, just like every one of us. So therefore, they exercise this potential of truth seeker too, while they inhabit in the physical body just like us. So I would say we cannot ever stop seeking. We can stop seeking when, the day that we reach our true home, the day that we die from this physical body, then at that point, we can stop the seeking of the truth.
In relation to the previous question, is there anything beyond the spiritual truth?
The truth is the truth, right? There's nothing beyond the holy truth because from the holy truth, every possible created creation came from that holy truth, including the primal beings. That is the very first being that created by the will of the holy truth. When the holy truth explains its first will, it creates the primal being, and after that, the primal being create the lower original creation, or so-called original universe, the 9+ realms. And from this 9+ realm, Lord, they create the shadow universe, the shadow worlds that we inhabit right now as the 5th level down into this physical human level. So therefore, there's nothing higher than the holy truth. And because it's this holy truth, given the will or its own energy of the truth, so this creation can exist at all. Without the holy truth, nothing can happen, no experience can be experienced. And without the holy truth, there cannot be even the ocean of love for the drop to enjoy. So this holy truth is the highest of every possible truth in this whole creation.
Do we reincarnate back once we know the spiritual truth?
No, when we become the truth, we will not be able to reincarnate back into this illusion again. So it's as simple as that. When you know the truth, you won't jump back into the illusion, into the Maya, right? So yes, we will never come back.
Are there souls that come back after they know the spiritual truth?
The only soul that come back is the soul assigned from the Lord to play the role of a savior, to play the role of mightier, to play the role of a perfect living master. Those souls, after realize the truth and being assigned with the Lord for the truth seeker list, right? So they come with that list of marked soul, coming back into the creation with the full awareness of the truth. So they here as a perfect being, a perfect living master, holy visitors that come to give salvation to all seekers of the truth. And they are here not become great teacher. They're not here to be famous. They're not here to build any organization or make any new religion or belief. They're here only to pick up the marked soul on the list because the Lord assigned this seva, this service for them to fulfill. So the only chance that any soul that awaken to the higher truth will come back is to serve the Lord. And sometimes when master come, when perfect living masters come, they not come on their own because we always come down as the group of the soul. So master also brought the Guru Mukhi, the true devotee of the Lord, with them, in the form of the drop. So they come working in team to give the salvation to all the truth seekers on the list. So from my observation, when a perfect living master operate, they operate with their sevadas, with their devotees, to make this salvation mission possible. Because in this creation, right, we cannot operate on our own because of human limitation. So therefore, it's very clever that perfect living master come in the group with or enlightened soul, the soul that also have the potential to have the awareness of every level at the same time, and operate as very close disciple as Guru Mukh. For example, Baba Govindaji, Babaji of Bias. So when he also have Guru Mukh, we also call mini master around him. And these mini master are around 5 individuals, 5 people that live in Dera Bias. So whenever Babaji is not there in the Dera Bias in India, these 5 Guru Mukh, these 5 so-called mini master would give satsang, would help Babaji to run the organization, would help Babaji giving satsang, answer any spiritual question in Babaji's absence. So therefore, don't think that you're gonna be in the role of the disciple of perfect living master forever. There are those people who graduate from this part of the master and become mini master all around perfect living master to help. The difference is that these people, these mini master, they don't giving initiation because they doesn't carry the list of marked soul, but they do everything just like the actual master do. They giving satsang, they giving question and answer session. They also can giving darshan and trishti, just like the perfect living master. So they are the same, but the role that they are doing, it just not giving initiation, but the rest and everything else that master can do, these mini master can do too. And all of us, as the devotee, as the disciple of perfect living master, we have potential to become those mini master too. So I would suggest that yes, hurry up and graduate and help master work, because master, why in this physical body they also have limitation of human life. So it's better to have more helping hands in this holy mission to help and assist all the truth seeker as best.
When we come back after knowing the spiritual truth, is the truth forgotten from our mind? And do we need to re-seek the truth again when we come back the second time?
When we awaken to the truth, there's no coming back, right? Just like when you've been transformed while still living in this human life, then you have the awareness of the ocean of love. So we transform from the drop into the awareness of the ocean, and that's no coming back. And once we awaken to this higher truth, we awaken forever. We cannot lie to ourselves to come back and make believe of this illusion in this Maya anymore. So no, the truth cannot be forgotten. For example, the perfect living master, when they come into this creation with the mission of fish out or the mark soul, yes, at first, because they come down into the creation and they have to take on the character, the human character in this grand play of Maya and Maya. They have to make believe that they are that character. And yes, in a way, they make to forget temporarily about their true identity. But but the seeking will be very strong inside them. They will seek for the higher truth, and that seeking will bring them the perfect living master in the previous time. And once they get initiation from the perfect living master, the previous perfect living master, they will become awakened to the higher truth, to their true identity, for their true mission to perform. And once they know the truth, they cannot forget about this truth. So therefore, they will continue to speak about this truth to whoever they met, to spread the teaching of the truth to everybody and inspire everybody to seek the truth inside. Just like, look at Ishwapuriji. He also taken the character as Ishwapuri, an Indian child that born in a Satsangi family. And when he get initiation from his great master, Baba Sawan Singh, then he awakened to the higher truth. And he take some time to digest this higher truth, to come to realize that he's also here, take on the role of perfect living master, to pick up soul on his list. So therefore, yes, we will make even a perfect living master will make to forget when they come down to join this creation. But after come in touch directly with the first experience of the higher truth, will awaken them to the wisdom of the higher truth.
That's it for today's satsang. Thank you, main speaker, for spending time with us for this satsang. If you want more information about ISTA Asia, please go to www.istaasia.com. You can also subscribe to our newsletter and email us any inquiries you may have regarding spirituality. You can also send your questions to seek.istaasia.com. Thank you for listening.